Holy traffic! What? Returning to factory. Returning there. Oh, these are all goods trucks that are trying to go back and forth. We're pretty... Okay, this is the industrial area we set up to try to feed commercial areas. Apparently, it's working really, really well. Too well. You know, I keep saying all traffic is industrial traffic, and that definitely seems to be the case. So, first things first, I think we should update this to a 6-lane road. Second thing second... Now, that's not, you know, an automatic solve, because there's still going to be a bit of a bottleneck there. But second thing second, I think it might be a really good idea for us to build a ramp from here to there. So this is a way out. And maybe what we'll do is, and we are peeling traffic off here, but then they got to go this way. So let's get a ramp that goes directly into there. So some people might start using the highway to get in and out of this little industrial area instead of this cluster fuzzle. So it will take a while to clear up. We're going to go and revisit this in a couple of minutes because there's always a backlog of traffic. So just staring at it now might not make you think that it's fixed one way or another. That may be why some of these guys are complaining about lack of services, is if things can't reach them, things might be indeed bad. There we go. Already we're flowing traffic out this way, which is good. So some trucks will still be going to these commercial areas over here. So this road should still get utilized. We probably didn't need to upgrade this road. Probably all we need to do is relieve a little bit of pressure by doing one of those. Some people are downloading fast, some people aren't. Okay, since the game is now officially released, I guess I can put in my official review at this point. $10 from Tipsy Engineer. Enjoy Big St. Pat's drink on me. Alright, well, I'll have a little bit more of an energy drink for now. There we go. How's that sound? We'll start with that. So I'm going to put out my official review statement of the game. I don't normally do reviews, you guys. I just like to play games. If I'm playing a game on my channel, it's because I like it. If I'm not playing a game on it, well, maybe it's because I don't like it or I just don't have time or something like that. But I don't usually do reviews. I don't generally trash games unless it's like, I have to warn my people. Like, with Cities XXL, I had to officially warn people that, listen, don't, Cities XXL, I don't know, maybe it'll get patched, maybe it'll be fine, but I had a really bad experience with it, and I wanted to make sure to warn people. Cities Skyline! Buy this fucking game. What's wrong with you? Come on! Here, I'm gonna tweet that. That'll be my official review. Since Cities Skyline is now released, here's my official review. Buy this. I'm trying to find out the right set of symbols to put in. Buy this king game right now. There. It's now released. It's my official review. Buy this blanking game right now. All right. I think that's a good, nuanced review. I think I've covered all of the important, salient points of the game. Everything you have to know. You know, the pros and cons. A really balanced view, I think, of the game is what was just put out there. I like that. Good. I don't think anyone who's watched any of my content is surprised by the fact that I'm enjoying the crap out of this game. How many hours have I put in so far? 64 hours so far. And I would have done more, too, if it weren't for the fact that I have other things that I need to take care of from time to time. Dark Scythe 12, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the party. Fair bit of traffic over here. Again, look, it's all these commercial / industrial goods over here. Why are you having such a hard time making a right corner? I guess it's because of the traffic light. So now you're coming through here and you're trying to make another left. We can improve this. You know what's worth mentioning is you can't get off the highway to go over here. And I think there's a lot of that going on. Yeah, I think there's a ton of that going on. People are going here, then making a corner there. There's some amount of like stops being made right here, which is not necessarily optimal because they'll slow down traffic. Now then they sort of split up. But I think, and I mean, and I've always said this, more roads are not the answer, which might not be evident by my my highway system. But if we do a little one of those, and maybe a little one of those, I think that will actually help to alleviate some of the pressure over here. So we're going to do that. 25%, 50%. People posting all their download stats. And normally I'd be like, that's pretty spammy. And, you know, I wouldn't complain if the mods were, you know, encouraging people to be a little less. But, I think people are pretty excited. You know that guy, hey, thanks for the tip here. Thanks for the amazing content. And I now own City Skyline. Cool, cool, cool. So yeah, I think this is going to help clear up a little bit of the pressure. People can cross the other side if they want to leave on the other highway, which is good. The only downside, it's a possibility people will come off this highway because they want to go over here. That being said, this is directly from out of town. I actually don't think there's going to be that much traffic that wants to come here to go there. Alright, we're going to come back. I think you can see here already this is cleared up dramatically. I think this will clear up pretty dramatically very, very soon as well. Let's go check our other industrial area, wherever the hell it was, right over here, and see if the traffic is fixed. Go ahead and clear that up. Yeah, traffic is in a much better shape now. Just because we're not forcing everyone to take the same route. You know what bugs me about the plane sound? Is it sounds like insects at night. You get like buzzing in your ear, like a mosquito or something like that. I think that's the thing that's driving me a little bit bonkers. Not enough workers. What are you looking for? Basic educated workers. Not fancily educated. Just basic educated. The Fat Boy. Thank you very much for subscribing. So, we actually have more eligible. We want some uneducated, potentially. Hello, Codexus. Thanks for the sub. But basically, we still have too many highly educated people. We just need it to sort of balance out a wee bit more. So, we turned off the Large Hadron Collider, so I think it'll get there. I'm not too concerned about this. We actually have demand for commercial, though. Population is up. We're up to 180,000 now. So where do we want to grow our commercial zones? Now, we've also been putting down mostly low-density commercial. We could plop down a little bit more high-density. Now, I don't know. We might have a little bit of pollution problem over here if I plop it down over there. That might not be the desirable thing. We also don't want it to be right next to our residential areas because it can be pretty noisy. I don't know. It's relatively high. I wonder how bad the pollution is. It's definitely not as bad as it used to be, actually. I think the Eden project, or whatever, is helping to cut down on pollution. These are also higher tech industries, so we might be perfectly fine plopping down some commercial very, very close to the industrial zones. What we can do is de-zone some of that and do some of that. Hoping it wouldn't be too hard for shoppers to get over there. Give Clay! Gib Clay! Yes, it's a Poland Ball comic reference. Thank you very much for the sub. Let's get a little bit of commercial tucked in here. Now, I think we can still buy... I think we can buy one more tile. We're at 3, 5... Yeah, we're at 8. We can buy one more tile. I'm thinking the other side of Poop Lake is the thing to do. Now, the downside to it is it becomes a little difficult to get highway access over here. Should we do one more straw poll from the very last region we might want to pick up? If we bought this area down here, actually, that'd be pretty strong. 2 highways going through it. Potentially, depending on how the line of sight works out, we might even be able to put in a couple more harbors right over here, because it might have line of sight over there. I don't think these bridges block it. Nice and flat, very buildable. So we've got the southern area here. We've got this place here, which has got the highway access, the rail, a couple of river forks, which is kind of interesting. Oh, I have to finish districting all my areas. My bad, guys. And I should name them after people. Next to Poop Lake, north of Poop Lake. So we'll call this, I think we'll call this one north. We'll call this one west. And this is going to be, we're going to call this one south 2 highways, south 2 rivers. There we go. So you don't have to spam the chat. I'm going to make a straw poll. Just don't spam it so that you can actually see the link. Which tile to buy? Question mark. North, west, south 2 highways, south 2 rivers. Multiple poll choice. If you like more than one option, that's going to be fine. We're going to find the chat. Tile poll. There you go. Click that link and answer me the straw poll, and let's see what people want me to buy. Ooh. And you can click more than one option. So if you like a couple of them, you can mark more than one. It looks like the 2 tiles to the south are definitely by far in the lead, with the 2 highways area in a pretty distinct lead at about 40% of the vote with 900 votes tallied. South 2 rivers has got about 30%, west has got 20%, north has got 9%. 2 rivers is catching up a wee bit. Now, it looks pretty definitive that south 2 highways is going to win, and I think I like that. I think for traffic flow, it's going to be stupendously good. We might even arrange for a different way of constructing. It's 89% buildable, which is better. No, it's kind of annoying because I couldn't scroll. Which is actually better than every other tile. So we get the most amount of space, bang for a buck down here, if we go ahead and do that. Hey, I got an achievement! Simulated City! Bump. Now, one of the things I don't have anymore are, like, the low-end industries. Like, I can put a big forestry industry in here. Right up in the middle. Which could help, you know, kickstart other aspects of my industries. Ooh, there's a lot of ice cube factories. So some factories are being abandoned, probably because of worker situations. Right now, there's still mostly demand for commercial, which feels a little bit oddballed. But I think we're going to make this a lower density zone one way or another. There's a 25 tile mod out already. I don't think I will incorporate it into this game. I'm just going to make sure that everything is working 100% before we go ahead and do that. But, oh, let me finish zoning my districts, then we're going to come back to this area over here. So we're going to have a district here. I'm not going to necessarily set any rules in these districts. I just want to have them exist because it's awesome. But I should name them after subscribers, which is usually the thing that I do with my things in games. So another one over here. That is one of the perks to being a subscriber. Generally on Saturdays, we also do some multiplayer games. We actually didn't this last Saturday just because we were focused purely on doing some charity fundraising, and the whole idea was to get Essentia to play some games with me, and we did do that, and that was awesome. And everyone who showed up, even if you didn't donate, you guys were awesome. Still need to do a proper thank you video. Again, I've been like horribly sick the last couple of days, so I didn't get around to doing that. Speaking of sick, I see some dead people over there. Hopefully, I haven't checked my healthcare and death care in a while. Hopefully everything is okay. There might have been a bit of a delay, so we already had Lynch Heights. We're going to leave Lynch Heights in there. I think Lynch Heights used to be a forestry area a long time ago, but it no longer is. So that looks like a good spot for a neighborhood there. Ooh, that's all of Glad Square. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to make this into a separate one. These separate sort of little sub-towns. There we go. Wood Heights. Like that. This is going to be the airport district. We'll bring in the harbor at the same time. This is obviously going to be another big district. All up in here. Oh, and another one over here. So we'll rename those soon enough. Alright. Poop Lake and Poop Lake City. Alright, so down here, we're going to have something. I feel like I was missing something, or something I was supposed to address, and I can't remember what it is. I believe this is 1.05. I'm not 100% sure. So, let's actually set this as a... Oh yeah, I do it here. As a forestry industrial area. And let's get our first road sort of cutting diagonally through here. Like that. Now, the nice thing about forestry, I think the noise pollution is particularly high. Ah, this is an off-ramp. Please, Paradox or Colossal Order, give me a marquee or area delete tool or something. Let's try that again. Like so. If we check the zoning tool over here, we look at the forestry thing. Slightly increased electricity consumption, slightly increased tax incomes requires natural resource forest, which is renewable. And yeah, I think low on the pollution factor, which is nice. Now, I could, at this point, build my grid off this way. But actually, what if I change this around? So I make this a 6-lane highway down the middle. Leave it diagonal. But we're going to try to be a little bit more artsy-fartsy, which means a little less, you know, density. But what we can do is build our road off like this instead. You know what I mean? And we're going to cut back on the number of intersections. We'll just have every other block be an intersection. So that's not actually touching, but that one is. So something more like that. You dig? Then I have to decide how I want to connect to the highway. Now the thing is, and I haven't really been doing this, but this 6-lane here, I could just connect it directly over here. Because I've been doing these sort of, you know, a variety of different interchanges, but there's no reason I can't do this. Obviously, I do need to go overhead for the others. Let's use a straight tool here. 90-degree angle. And like that. And maybe we'll actually continue it down this way. And then again, just do one of those. So there's no traffic lights. I mean, it's 90-degree curve, so they're not coming through the fastest they possibly can, but it ain't bad. So, and then what we can do from the other side, we could just use a ramp. We could use the highway, or we could use the ramp. I think I'll use a ramp here. So what we need is, we want to probably first get off. First, it's important to make sure people can get off. Maybe I'll actually grab it from here. Well, it's kind of annoying because, okay, here's what I'm hoping to do is make it so that we don't have like ramp weaving issues. But the problem is, one way or another, we're going to do it. Also, this creates a traffic light. Really? But if this were a highway, no, it still does. Yeah, and even a one-way that comes in here will create the traffic light, won't it? Even though there's never going to be any reason for people to make a left turn here, ever. What I'm starting to see more and more is it starts to make more sense. Hello, Lord Woodsy. is to really kind of build your own versions of these with like pairs of one-ways. I'm just trying to avoid a traffic light, but no matter what, I think we're going to end up with one somewhere. Anyway, so obviously for traffic that's leaving, we're going to want it to go this way. Yeah, it's going to create a traffic light one way or another, so we're just going to have to eat it. And hope that it's not too much of a problem. So I'm going to drop this in over here. But then I want traffic to peel off before this. So come off this way. And then loop around. It's not looping great. Where do I want it? Oh, shit. Poop balls. No. Cancel. Pull those. There we are. And then you're going to come around this way. And I guess you may as well just join the same intersection. I mean, technically that'll increase the frequency of the lights, but hopefully it's not too much of an issue. Anyway, let's see how much that works. Let's go ahead and start zoning some crap. So this is all going to be, well, not all, but there's going to be a fair amount of industrial over there. Now, I'm going to want, this is going to be resource gathering industrial, but what I'm going to want is some traditional industrial as well. Which means I'm actually going to go ahead and scrape this down over here. We'll keep the forestry on the southern half. And over here will be conventional industry. Plus other stuff. So maybe we'll have this come off. You're making two big chunks. Why is it hopping so much? No! What? Build exactly where I want you to build, you bastard. That's weird. Alright, fine. There's going to be a gap. That's okay. I like gaps. I wanted there to be a gap. Can't tell me otherwise. So now we want an even distance. Actually, not from there. Maybe from here. And we're going to stop just short of connecting. And then over here we will connect. Oh, it's crooked. There we are. Population, good and growing. Excellent. Money, it's good. Alright, so yes, we're going to have sort of more conventional industry over here. And what's going to be nice about this is that logging from here should end up coming over here. And then goods will flow out from this district. Or something. That's the plan. We'll figure it out. We'll see if it actually works out. Come out that way. Same thing here. We'll stop just short of connecting. And then we'll zone in some low density for now. That's odd that it worked that way. Alright, we're going to need water, power, all those things. Also, we need to figure out why people haven't actually started moving in right away. Usually they start to move in well before there's any services plugged in. Like, don't they love me? I think we're going to need more water input soon, too. That. If for some reason you can't download your copy of the game, which should be out at this point, just make sure to restart Steam. Quit Steam and reload it. Sometimes that helps. Steam is an odd duck at times. Let's pull some power off from here. And across to here. And what I'm going to start doing is laying down some of those big parks. I mean, I know it's an industrial area over there, but well, we really don't need one over here. Come in that way. We have another one that crosses over here and pokes inside of the industrial area for now. Well, that's the park, but it still gives us a way to connect. Will that connect? I don't think it will. Let's go and get some services down. Incinerator, right over here by the highway. Maybe another one down here. We're going to go and get a nice big hospital. Where do we want it? We want it so it can get to the highway relatively easy. I think this is a good spot. Like so. We'll probably want another one down here. We're going to want crematoriums. A couple of different places, like there and there. Big fire station. Big police station. Alright. Which actually means that we don't need these power lines. Ta-da! Alright, water. We do need some more water intakes, so let's get a little bit of that going on. This is where we were grabbing all our water. May as well keep doing that. Like so. Water availability should be nice and high. Water pollution levels, 0%. Nice. And power should eventually get down here. Just as the sake of having maybe a little bit more access as things pop in, I'm going to run a line like that, which shouldn't interfere with any of the zoning. Bit of commercial demand, which is nice considering how much it tanked for a while there. People come off here and go there, and they can go off the other way and go there. Not very happy that there's a lighted intersection here. I'm hoping it doesn't create too much traffic. But it should be alright. And yeah, I still need to do the same thing on the other side. And I might want to do that now. Sure. Again, I'm not 100% keen on the way that this is looking for these things, but it'll have to do. So again, we'll come off sort of here. And straight is fine to start off with, but then we want to use the curvy tool. Do that, and then from here we want to pull an off-ramp. Who's that? Noization. Noization. Thanks for the sub. How's the chat going? Schools and public transport. Yes, absolutely. Well, I kind of want to keep zoning this area out. But, yeah, let's get some roads down first. Which is what I mean by zoning this area out. I want to get my grid down. Pause, since we were apparently breaking all of our power here. This is the one that's actually supposed to connect. Like that. Actually, I think I can just build a road through there. I don't think I need to be bulldozing that. Alright, I think that's enough of a grid to sort of know where I'm going. We are still being asked for a little bit more commercial, so we'll go ahead and do something like that. And then we're going to stick with the low density residential.